It's 3 p.m. and time for the Daily Community Briefing. Team coverage of the latest local news important to you. Now let's head to the Wallingford Broadcasting Studios for the Daily Community Briefing.
Good afternoon and welcome in to today's Daily Community Briefing here live on WBON TV Channel 9. Michael Watkins, and I'm happy to be here with you on this Tuesday edition. Lots of news and information to get to, but first I want to say a special thank you to our sponsors like Bishop Small Engine Repair. Keep your power equipment working strong all season long with help from Bishop Small Engine Repair. Let Bishop's service your mower and power equipment located on North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We're also brought to you by Affordable Heating and Air. For all your heating and air needs, call Brian with Affordable Heating and Air Conditioning at 859-779-0122. In our lead story today, a London man was arrested by the Laurel County Sheriff's Office early Monday morning following a domestic shooting. Sheriff's detectives responded to a Lake Road residence to investigate after a report of a shooting was made. When officers arrived to the scene, they located 37-year-old Stephen Wombles of London and a close family member. According to police, the victim was shot twice in the chest with a shotgun. Officials learned that an altercation between Wombles and the family member led to the shooting, which caused serious physical injury. The victim was transported to a nearby hospital for treatment of their injuries. Wombles was arrested and charged with first-degree assault and was lodged in the Laurel County Detention Center. Well, on Monday, Governor Beshear announced that Kentuckians who were affected by recent flooding may be eligible to apply for disaster flood benefits during a 6-day application process that begins tomorrow, June 23rd, and will end on Monday, June 28th. The U.S. Department of Agriculture approved a 22-county area affected by floods between February 26th and March 14th of this year. In our listening area, the counties include Boyd, Clark County, Fayette, Jackson, Jessamine County, Laurel County, Lincoln, Madison, Owsley, Perry, Pulaski, and Rockcastle County. A person may be eligible for DSNAP benefits if their home or belongings were damaged or destroyed, and if they have unreimbursed disaster-related expenses or a loss or reduction of income as a result of the flooding. Well, Jason Sharp, 32-year-old Jessamine County math teacher facing sex charges, entered a not guilty plea Monday in his first court appearance. Sharp allegedly had sexual intercourse with a juvenile under the age of 16 in July of 2018 in Fayette County. The East Jessamine High School math teacher is charged with third-degree rape and sodomy along with first-degree sexual abuse. During yesterday's appearance, the not guilty plea was entered on Sharp's behalf. Well, a Facebook post, according to the Powell County Search and Rescue, a dangerous and difficult rescue took place over the weekend. The Facebook post states that the group said the following: Father's Day evening, Powell County Search and Rescue responded to a call where a male hiker was actively seizing on top of the Natural Bridge Arch. The team, along with the Powell County Emergency Medical Services and Natural Bridge State Resort Park Rangers, arrived on scene where the difficult decision was made to carry out the hiker down the balanced rock trail. On account of the hiker having a history of seizures, it was agreed upon that this trail would be best for him. Due to the risk of having another seizure, the skylift was definitely not an option. Walking him through the squeeze and down original trail was ruled out for the same reason. To those unfamiliar with the area, this is a path between two large rock walls that is only inches across, and you must squeeze your way through to the other side. Mutual aid was requested to the Wolfe County Search and Rescue Team, Estill County Rescue Squad, and the Red Star Wilderness EMS. Between the three teams, over 20 members responded and met Team 1 at just about the halfway point of the trail, providing much-needed relief. They eagerly took the reins, assumed patient care, and continued along the trail that has over 600 stairs using numerous low-angle rope operations. Many thanks to all who were involved with the safe evacuation of the hiker, who is recovering well. Well, the Richmond Parks and Recreation Department will be hosting their Park and Play and Spray and Play events this Thursday at the Richmond Teen Center. Officials from the department say the Park and Play event will be held from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and Spray and Play will be held from 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. For more information on those events, you can check out the Richmond Parks and Recreation Facebook page. Well, attention drivers, beginning today and continuing through June 24th, Kentucky State Police will join a national campaign called Safe Drive. According to KSP, the National Safe Drive Initiative cracks down on dangerous interstate driving behaviors such as aggressive driving, speeding, tailgating, failing to wear a seatbelt, distracted driving, and driving under the influence. During this campaign, KSP commercial vehicle inspectors will have scale facilities open, ensuring commercial drivers are following safety regulations. According to Major Nathan Day, Director for the Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Division, high visibility interstate enforcement combined with safety inspections at scale facilities will ensure unsafe drivers and vehicles are removed from our Kentucky highways. Folks, it's now time for our first commercial break. Plenty more to get to when we come back, including an interview with Robert Sampson from EKU when they talk about the EKU Colonel Caravan coming to Lexington tonight. We'll have that story for you when we come back on the newscast here live on WBON TV, Channel 9.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Mountain Adventures in Irvin is here to take your summer meals to a whole new level. Now is the perfect time to stop by and get cantaloupes or sugar baby watermelons. And Mountain Adventures has also added bread, Weisenberger products, and Kentucky Mountain Moonshine truffles. On Fridays, you can now get your favorite treat from Side Porch Cafe at Mountain Adventures. It's literally your one-stop shop for the perfect family meal. Stop by today. Mountain Adventures at 68 River Drive in Irvin, or like Mountain Adventures on Facebook.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Jerry Goebel today.
Donate or shop at the new location for the Habitat Restore in Madison County. The proceeds from the Habitat Restore go towards helping build a home for someone in need. Shop, donate, or volunteer at the new location for the Habitat Restore in the old CVS Pharmacy building on Main Street in Richmond.
You know when you step outside and it feels absolutely perfect? The air's not too warm, not too cool, just perfection? Now imagine if you could have that same feeling inside your home at a price that feels even better. You can, thanks to the folks at Affordable Heating and Air. Call 859-779-0122 now and get the best Lennox home comfort systems at a price you'll love. That's Affordable Heating and Air at 859-779-0122 or online at affordableheating-air.com.
When I started to experience the world from practicing law, it showed me that there's a lot of injustice that can be corrected. We're called personal injury attorneys, but I'm not there for the injury, I'm there for the recovery. And that's what we try to do. We try to help people recover after they've been hurt. If the big firms are gonna drop you as soon as your claim entails some kind of work, some kind of additional effort, why not just come to someone who's going to put the work in the first place?
Support your favorite team with apparel from Campus Warehouse in Richmond. Whether you're an EKU fan or you're a part of the Big Blue Nation, Campus Warehouse has something for you. Stop by and see their new line of Old Road t-shirts, because guys, we know Saturdays are for the boys. Plus, they have the cutest seasonal tees for the ladies. And Campus Warehouse now carries the new line of tees for the kiddos as well. Visit campuswarehouserichmond.com or stop by their location in the Richmond Center next to Buffalo Wild Wings.
The Old West, the way you remember it. Good guys and bad guys.
Come and join us as we watch and talk about the best of the West.
Western movies, TV shows, and more.
Draw Western Theater, Saturdays at 1 p.m.
Here on Richmond's very own Channel 9.
Welcome back into our newscast here live on WBON TV Channel 9, brought to you by Bluegrass Marble and Granite of Richmond at 635 and a half Big Hill Avenue. Let Bluegrass Marble and Granite take care of all your remodels or fabrication needs. And we're also brought to you by Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. Davis & Powell Funeral Home has the best aftercare in the business. When every detail counts, remember Davis & Powell Funeral Home. Well, last night on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, Samantha Burford and myself were joined by a host of guests, including Robert Sampson, who came on to discuss the EKU Colonel Caravan, which will have a stop in Lexington tonight at Apollo's Pizza. Also coming up on July 1st is the transition into the A-Sun event over in the Richmond Center at Buffalo Wild Wings. For more on that, Robert Sampson tells us more on last night's sports show.
Just kind of talk about what your job is to kind of rein Matt in sometimes, keep him in line. Is that how it goes?
Oh, I don't know about that. We're just trying to give our student athletes great opportunities, raise revenues that support them, and give them opportunities to earn that education, to have great experiences on a daily basis, and hopefully win some championships along the way.
Well, I'm checking out his ring, like the championships right there.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
That is our Opportunity Bowl rings from this past season, and it was great to give our kids, after going through such a tough year in football.
Right.
You're going every day and going up with all these protocols, to give them something to culminate their season with at home, and give them a chance to really fight for something at the end of the season. And they beat Western Carolina, the same team we'll start this upcoming season with down south. And, just that was a great moment to end this year. Get us great momentum going into this next season with Coach Wells.
All the bad stuff that had happened with COVID.
Yeah, and I think the way the season went with them dropping out of the OVC, that right there kind of solidified, okay, that decision was a good decision. And obviously, I mean, the hype around the football team has been there since that, and the storylines of now joining the A-Sun and everything that's been going on. It seems like EKU sports is in a really, really good place right now with cheerleading and, softball winning the OVC. Right. It just seemed like everything is going in the right direction with EKU sports.
It's a process every day to continue to get better, to continue to put the resources forward, to get the right people in place, and that's what Matt has come in and done, is put the right people in the right places to give us a chance to be really successful. This is the first time we really feel like we're all coming back together and enjoying each other's company and talking about what's about to happen with EKU athletics in this transition to the A-Sun. So tomorrow night we will be in Lexington over at Apollo Pizza off Leestown Road. It'll be our third stop this summer. We had two great stops in Cincinnati and Louisville. Attendance is really spiked up from past years, so we're really excited about what's going on there.
See, I'm glad we're talking about this because I didn't even know about it, so this is fantastic news.
We'll have Coach Todd out there tomorrow night, Coach Hamilton, Coach Wells, and they'll talk to everybody. And you can go online to our EKU Colonel Club Twitter page and RSVP for that. If you don't RSVP, come on out anyway.
Okay.
But we'd love to get an idea who's coming out. We want to grow this fan base right now. And that doesn't mean if you're a Kentucky fan or you're a Louisville fan that you need to decide, hey, I'm done with that, I'm coming to EKU. We want you to be part of it no matter what. If that's 2 games, if it's 4 games, if it's 1 game. Come support the teams across the state. And I think it'll continue to elevate the level of play. It'll do great things to improve us here at EKU if we continue to get support from other programs, and we want to support them as well.
Before we let you go, tell the folks again one more time about the Caravan Stop tomorrow in Lexington, and again the ASUN launch coming up on July 1.
We'll be at Apollo Pizza tomorrow night from 7 to 8:30 in Lexington, and then July 1 right down here,
right
a couple doors down. Yeah. We'll be out here from 6 to 8, and we'd love to see everybody right outside Buffalo Wild Wings. If it rains, we might have to move inside, but either way, a great evening planned for July 1 out here.
All right, thanks, Robert, for coming on with us to talk EKU sports. And
I mean, you could tell it in his voice how excited he is, and it makes we were already excited, but it makes us excited too.
If you missed any part of last night's Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, you can go back on the WBON TV Facebook or YouTube channels and check out the entire show. We had interviews with Derek Robinson, the new head basketball coach of the Model Lady Patriots girls basketball team, and also Austin Newton, and 3 of his Madison Southern Eagles joined us on the show last night. We'll have stories from those interviews coming up later on here on the newscast. Well, App Harvest is expanding again, this time with a 30-acre site near Somerset. The new facility will grow strawberries and will be similar to the Moorhead facility, which is also marked for expansion. The new Moorhead project will have a 15-acre greenhouse to grow leafy greens. App Harvest also has 2 additional growing areas in Richmond and Berea. Construction for both the Somerset and Moorhead facilities is anticipated to finish by the end of 2022. App Harvest's goal is to operate 12 high-tech indoor farms by the end of 2025. Well, this past week marked a milestone in the history of the Berea Volunteer Firemen's Association when the Berea Volunteer Fire and Rescue Squad took possession of their first fire truck, donated to them in a unanimous decision of the Berea City Council. Captain Mike Morris, who has served with the volunteers for nearly 40 years, said receiving the truck will help the unit give volunteers a broader range of instruction, including how to operate the equipment during an emergency. We'll have better trained volunteers because they'll have to learn to engineer the truck, Morris said. This gives us another important tool for training. Perhaps more important to citizens is the fact that the volunteers are sometimes the first on the scene of an emergency. In receiving the 2001 Freightliner Cummins fire engine, the volunteers will be equipped to deal with an emergency on the scene immediately and to assist the Berea Fire Department. This is going to help us a lot, Morris said of the engine, which can pump 1,250 gallons of water per minute. It will make us a true fire department, he said. Chief Sean Sandlin said the city had 2 choices when it came to the truck, which had reached the end of its service life for the city. The city could have auctioned it off, but by donating it to the Berea Volunteer Firefighters Association, the volunteers have a crucial piece of equipment that they can use to support the operations of the Berea Fire Department. Well, it is important to teach children from an early age to learn how to save and later invest their money. To get more details on how crucial this is for parents to implement early on, WBON TV spoke to J.J. Weinrich, author of Teaching Kids to Buy Stocks, Stories, and Lessons for Grown-Ups. With the story, here's WBON TV News Director Marissa Hempel.
June is National Outdoor Month, and the weather in Kentucky is perfect for getting in the great outdoors. However, author J.J. Wenrick says there are lessons to be learned that deal with the great outdoors when teaching kids to be fiscally responsible.
A little bit of what we try to do is encourage parents or teachers, leaders of kids of any type, whatever you're doing, look for opportunities to talk about money and personal finance and investing. And you might think, well, that's a stretch when you're talking about the outdoors. But when I think about, even just from an investing standpoint, there's a lot of great companies that are involved in your outdoor activities, whether it be, you know, the clothing or the equipment or the places that sell you that stuff. Whenever money is changing hands, and there's quite a lot of money changes hands with outdoor activities, it's a good opportunity to talk to kids about that so that, one, they understand how much stuff costs so that they don't take that for granted. And when they become adults, one of the best life skills you can give them is understanding money. And if you can help them understand how much stuff costs, it makes them, one, a better consumer. It makes them smarter about how they spend their money and more aware. But it also gives them a pretty good head start on having a good business IQ. If they can recognize good businesses, good products, that's a big part of what investing is recognizing new trends, recognizing new things.
He continues that financial illiteracy is a big issue, especially for younger generations, and that it's best to start kids early.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big problem, not just for young people, it's for adults. That's what happens when it's a problem for young people, it becomes a problem for adults. The idea is just to start to have conversations, make money not a taboo subject. And while it might get folks' attention when you're talking about the investing side because it's exciting, really at the end of the day, the most important thing you can teach anybody when it comes to money is to have that self-discipline that when you get $1, to set 25 cents aside or set a dime aside for that rainy day that inevitably is going to happen. Because if you can teach them that life skill of how to forego that instant gratification of spending everything you have and then some, that's a life-changing behavior. It makes things, when you do have bad luck in your life, if you've been able to set aside some money to soften that blow to help you get through it, it's the difference between that bad luck being something that just sets you back temporarily instead of something that might set you back forever.
When Rick says he has kids of his own and he's implemented these teaching skills from his book into real practice in his and his children's lives.
The ideal age is as soon as you've talked to them that, all right, stop putting the coins and the money into your mouth. Now's the idea to talk about, all right, what do you do with this? So there really isn't too early. You just tailor the conversation for the age of your child. So beginning out, it's all right, this is what money is. We trade this for that. And, these coins and bills, you can trade them for things that you might actually want. And then eventually it becomes little deeper conversations into how to try to set some aside. And that's where you might have to do some things to get involved. With our kids, what we did is we had a little contest, see if you can save $500 and then we will match it. And then eventually you start talking about the companies that they know, that they like, and you say, there are some of these that you can actually buy for yourself, that you can be an owner and on the other side of that financial transaction.
He says not only was his experience with his own children the impetus for writing the book, but it was also working in the financial sector and talking to coworkers and others that worked in the same field.
And then professionally, had developed a bit of a niche around simplifying the markets, because the markets, they are complex, but you can really simplify it by the language you use. And what they would ask me to do is do that thing where you just simplify the markets, where you make it seem not quite as complicated. Then it helps people be more comfortable to invest their money, to do the things that they need to do because they understand it better.
He says that you can pick up a copy of his book wherever books are sold online.
Amazon or BarnesandNoble.com. You can learn more about the book and the story behind it at teachingkidstobuystocks.com. The thing I'll add is it is not a kid's book. It's for parents or teachers or somebody at least at an 8th grade level. It reads like a fun book that you might just read at the beach for entertainment, not something that you feel like you're sitting through a finance class.
For more stories such as these, always visit Richmond's very own WBONTV.com. I'm Marissa Hempel.
Thanks, Marissa. We'll take a short commercial break and come back. When we come back, we'll give you the coronavirus current incidence rates for Madison and other surrounding counties. That and more when we come back here live on the Daily Community Briefing, live on WBON TV, Channel 9.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Mountain Adventures in Irvin is here to take your summer meals to a whole new level. Now is the perfect time to stop by and get cantaloupes or sugar baby watermelons. And Mountain Adventures has also added bread, Weisenberger products, and Kentucky Mountain Moonshine truffles. On Fridays, you can now get your favorite treat from Side Porch Cafe at Mountain Adventures. It's literally your one-stop shop for the perfect family meal. Stop by today. Mountain Adventures at 68 River Drive in Irvin, or like Mountain Adventures on Facebook.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Jerry Goebel today.
Donate or shop at the new location for the Habitat Restore in Madison County. The proceeds from the Habitat Restore go towards helping build a home for someone in need. Shop, donate, or volunteer at the new location for the Habitat Restore in the old CVS Pharmacy building on Main Street in Richmond.
You know when you step outside and it feels absolutely perfect? The air's not too warm, not too cool, just perfection? Now imagine if you could have that same feeling inside your home at a price that feels even better. You can, thanks to the folks at Affordable Heating and Air. Call 859-779-0122 now and get the best Lennox home comfort systems at a price you'll love. That's Affordable Heating and Air at 859-779-0122 or online at affordableheating-air.com.
When I started to experience the world from practicing law, it showed me that there's a lot of injustice that can be corrected. We're called personal injury attorneys, but I'm not there for the injury, I'm there for the recovery. And that's what we try to do. We try to help people recover after they've been hurt. If the big firms are going to drop you as soon as your claim entails some kind of work, some kind of additional effort, why not just come to someone who's going to put the work in the first place?
Support your favorite team with apparel from Campus Warehouse in Richmond. Whether you're an EKU fan or you're a part of the Big Blue Nation, Campus Warehouse has something for you. Stop by and see their new line of Old Road t-shirts, because guys, we know Saturdays are for the boys. Plus they have the cutest seasonal tees for the ladies. And Campus Warehouse now carries a new line of tees for the kiddos as well. Visit campuswarehouserichmond.com or stop by their location in the Richmond Center next to Buffalo Wild Wings.
The Old West, the way you remember it. Good guys and bad guys.
Come and join us as we watch and talk about the best of the West.
Western movies, TV shows, and more.
Draw Western Theater, Saturdays at 1 p.m.
Here on Richmond's very own Channel 9.
Back here on the Daily Community Briefing as we look ahead to the coronavirus numbers here in Madison County today. Our number is 3.7. 7 new cases were reported from yesterday, which brings the number of active cases to 34. And again, the current incidence rate today at 3.7. That is a slight uptick from the 2.8 yesterday. Still no counties in the red, good sign there. And the overall current incidence rate took a dip down to 3.40. So good signs as we still pay attention to that current incidence rate. And again, from over the weekend, we had 3 cases on Friday, 1 case on Saturday, and 6 on Sunday. So 17 new cases in the last 4 days here in Madison County, 34 active cases total. Other counties surrounding us with their current incidence rate, Estill County today at 6.1. That is a uptick from 5.1 yesterday. Jackson County at 3.2. Rockcastle County at 1.7. Garrett County in the green at 0. Jessamine County at 2.1. Fayette County at 2.1 and Clark County at 3.9. There are a few counties that are still in the orange for the current incidence rate. Those include Webster, Hopkins, Graves County, Perry County, Elliott, and Bracken County. So 6 counties remain in the orange for that current incidence rate, and we'll continue to monitor that as we go through the upcoming week. Folks, we appreciate you being with us here on our newscast. Don't forget about that text machine now. You can text WBON-TV to 77,000 and get signed up there. For more information about that, you can check out the WBON-TV Facebook page. We'll see you next time on the Daily Community Briefing, same time and same place tomorrow at 3 p.m. right here on WBON-TV Channel 9.